Good evening. Hello, everybody. I know I'm late. I do apologise. I'm just going to fire up my other page so I can see what's going on. Cool. I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm gonna close the door over 2 seconds. I'm gonna close the door over slightly. Cool. Just gonna put it over slightly, but not too much. Good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. I assume you can hear me okay. The volume looks good. Everything looks good on my end, so I assume you can hear me. What time do you call? Keely, I know. I'm so sorry. Do you know what happened? I've got Chrissy's come over this evening, actually. So Chrissy's over here with Tim, her husband. We've just having a glass of wine, just catching up, and then the shopping just got delivered. So I've just, and then I was like, shit, it's 10 past 12. 10 past 12. It's 10 past 8. So, and then obviously I've jumped on. So good evening, everybody. How are we all tonight? It's going to be a slightly shorter one this evening because, like I say, we've got friends round. So, yeah, Chrissy and Tim, they are friends, but obviously won't. So yeah, so it's going to be a slightly shorter one this evening. Wow, let me just keep up with the comments. It was really nice to see you last night as well, Teresa. So the ghost tours, I went in and saw the team, went in and saw everybody who was doing ghost tours last night, and just had a quick chat. I'm going to just bring up a different page so I can see it a bit clearer. There we go. So yeah, so I went in last night and saw the ghost tours, and watched everything that and saw the end of the first one, which Teresa was on. So I think Jonah's coming in, and then I had a quick chat with some of the people that were then coming on to the second tour. So it was nice to see people and put names to faces and stuff like that. Hello, mate. You alright?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just give Chrissy and Tim a TikTok.
Oh, cool. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. So that's my 7-year-old. Hello, Dave. Hello, Shirley. Wouldn't let us in the diner if we were late. Of course I would, David. You would be more than welcome to come to the diner if you were late. Laurie, any idea when the online shop will be live? Online shop, do you mean merchandise, Laurie? If you mean merchandise, you can order merchandise now, but we'd have to do it via the sites. But they can do it now if you wanted to. Those of you that came yesterday that took photos, I haven't seen any of those photos online yet. So if you put them up online, just do tag me in them so I can see them, because I didn't obviously get any photos of my own camera because I know you guys took them with yours. I didn't join any of the tours last night. I just came in to say hello at the beginning and the ends. Stacey's birthday. Sue, if you want to book a visit to the prison, just jump online to the website to either shrewsburyprison.com or shepsomalletprison.com and you can book there. And Laurie, yes, merchandise. It's not on the online shop yet. We're actually about to rebuild the websites, funny enough, as well. But if you're okay to, if you drop the sites a message, if you drop one of them a message, and then they can take your order, they can do everything, and they can ship it to you from there. So it's not quite as smooth as we'd like it yet. Right. Tonight. So I did say that I was going to talk a little bit this evening about some of the challenges that I'd had when I was younger, in my mid-20s, around sort of the anxiety and the problems that I'd faced in that. I wouldn't call it depression or anything like that because I wasn't depressed. I just had a huge anxiety issue. So I was going to do that tonight, but to be honest, I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because actually I've got some different news that I think is probably more relevant to share with you guys. So I'm going to talk a bit about that tonight. I'm only going to stay on probably for another 10-15 minutes because, like I said, I've got friends around. But yeah, I'm going to pick that up in a second, so I'll do that in a sec. But I will talk about the anxiety and the panic attacks and stuff like that I did have. It's just, in fairness, I need to be in the right frame of mind to talk about it as well. No, Chris, if you've got yearly passes, you can just turn up if you're self-guiding, and you can just turn up, and that's absolutely fine. Rosé wine this evening, so I'm drinking a rosé. Okay, so what am I going to talk about tonight? So I started the prison business nearly 5 years ago. We're not far away from our 5-year anniversary, which is very exciting. And when we first started and we first opened the prisons, it was really busy. Like, it was really, really busy. We're doing 4 tours a day, full tours, 30 people on each tour, back to back, 7 days a week, paranormals at the weekends, productions and stuff like that. And very quickly, there was only a couple of us. It was myself, 3 prison officers. A week later, a 4th prison officer joined us, which was Officer Goodwin. So he joined us the second week of us being open. And then, sorry, just reading the comments. Why are you going so fast? So Graham had joined us a week into the process, and about 3 weeks after that. So I think we've been doing it for about a month. So it was beginning in September. And we knew that we needed somebody to support with admin, social media marketing, and some finance stuff. Basically a bit of a jack of all trades, really. That's what we needed, was somebody to help us do some social media posts, process some paperwork, take bookings, answer phones, stuff like that. So we put an ad out, and then a couple of different people applied for the job, invited them into interview, and only one person turned up for the interview, one person. So they turned up, and I met with them, and I had a conversation with them. The way I do interviews is very different. I literally had a conversation with the person, and she was brilliant. And it was like, okay, cool, well, we'll give you a trial. You come and do this. This is what we need. And she turned around and said, yeah, no, I can do all that, no problems, that's all fine. And she came in the next day, I think it was, or the day after. So we've been open for about 4 or 5 weeks. And she came in the next day, and I remember really clearly that the phone rang. And I went to pick up the phone, and she was like, no, I've got this. And she picked up the phone, no training, nothing at all. And she was like, good morning, Jailhouse Tours, how can I help you? I'm getting to that, Dave. How may I help you? And it was a call for me, and she was like, oh, let me just see if he's available. And just put him on hold. She's like, Joel, it's this person, are you available? And I was like, wow, you're amazing. Like, this is brilliant. And that's how that journey started with that member of the team, and it grew and it grew and it grew. And she started as a admin marketing assistant, I think was the woolly title we gave her in the first instance, and then became the site manager. So she became the site manager at that point, and then each step as the company grew, she grew with it, and now she's our operations director, and she basically oversees the two jails on a day-to-day basis and how they're running and what's happening in the future. But there's so much more to her job than that. She is the rock that kind of everyone can use. She's the foundation that everyone can bounce off. She is absolutely the person that keeps my feet on the ground, because my head's in the clouds quite a lot of the times. Yeah, we can do this. There's no end to what we can do, but there is a reality piece, and because of that, my feet do need to stay on the ground, and she's the one that pulls me back down. She's the one that calms me down when I'm angry. She's the one that heps me up when I'm not angry enough. And she basically she's a huge part. When we first started, there was 3 of us. There was her, there was me, and there was Emma. And that's kind of changed over time, because Emma doesn't spend as much time in the business at all anymore. So predominantly it's just been me and Chrissy. So the 2 of us have been doing that, and unfortunately Chrissy is moving on. She's moving on to pastures new. Literally, I can use the word pastures. So she is going to be leaving us, and that is going to leave a huge gaping hole in our organisation. It's going to leave a big hole for me, because I spend a lot of time with Chrissy. We spend a lot of time bouncing off each other, talking about things, driving everything forward. Literally every single product that we operate, every single thing we do, we've built together pretty much the entire journey for the last 5 years. We've spent a lot of time together and a lot of time building the business. And now she's going to be heading off to do something different. So she's actually here this evening in the other room having some wine. So that's a big thing, and I told the team today, and they've certainly they're certainly finding that quite difficult as well, because like I say, she's a major part of our business, and because we're still quite a small company, 45 employees, everyone knows each other very well. We, speak to each other a lot. We'll go out for dinners a lot. We know each other. We know all the ins and outs of what's happened. We know about others' families and stuff like that. So it's quite a close knit sort of family to a degree. So when somebody core to that group leaves, it is quite hard. So that's something I'm dealing with today. I see a few of you saying that I'm quite emotional, and to be honest, I am. I had to do a video for my team earlier for the entirety of all of our team, and it was difficult, man. It was hard to say. I never like to bring them sad news, but I had to bring them sad news. So, do you guys want to meet Chrissy? Do you want to say hello to her? I'll see if anybody wants to meet Chrissy, because you guys have never seen Chrissy, because she's not been around for lockdown. She's had unfortunately a very sad time with her family, when her dad's recently passed away. So that wiped her out through lockdown. So normally she would have been with me and Lauren and Stacey and stuff like that. She'd have been part of that process. And she'd been with me and Graham with the lives. She'd have been one of the people you'd have seen regularly. But unfortunately she was down in Somerset the entire time throughout all of lockdown. She's only just come back to Shrewsbury. So you guys haven't had the opportunity to meet her. Oh my God, everyone wants to meet Chrissy. Let's have a look. I'm in stage 2 of emotional news curve. I am, Simon, that's exactly where I am. Okay, let me drag her in here. I'll get her a seat. I've got you a seat and everything, mate. she's coming. What's she going on to do? Do you know what? I'll let Chrissy explain what she's going on to do. Hold on. Have a seat, mate.
Seat.
There's your seat.
It's like going to the doctor.
So
hello.
You've not done this. I've just explained to everybody, because there's like 30 people watching. I've just explained to them. Ems, can you shut that door because the light? Please. Thank you. I've just explained to everybody that they haven't seen you, but they would have done. I've just explained that unfortunately you've been down in Somerset, but otherwise they would have seen you in the lives with Graham on Wednesday mornings.
Yeah.
You'd have played the prisoner.
Oh God, I can still come and do that. I'm happy to come and do that.
And you'd have come and done the paranormal stuff with me and Lauren. So they absolutely would have seen you. I've just explained that you're leaving us.
I am.
People are saying that I'm very emotional. I'm taking them through the journey. You'll have to watch this, because I took them through the journey of when you first started.
It is, the term I keep using to you is it's extremely bittersweet, in that I absolutely love what we do, absolutely, and it has been my life for 5 years. So to leave it is massive, but my dream has always been to rescue donkeys and dogs. So I'm moving to and also live on the coast, to be able to look at the sea every day. So I'm moving to the coast in Wales with the plan to take on a donkey sanctuary, and my initial thoughts are to foster dogs from Romania, because I adopted a dog from Romania 3 years ago.
That's a long.
Yeah. He came over with a very troubled past.
He had serious behavioural issues. He used
Absolutely.
to bark at trains.
He did. He still does, and attack himself. He self-harms just because of his past and the things that he'd been through. So many dogs over there do go through that. So get them over to this country and putting them into foster care before they can be rehomed is a big thing, and there's just not enough foster homes for them. So that's one thing I want to do. And the other is my love for donkeys. I absolutely adore donkeys. So
they make a great burger.
No. To be able to rescue donkeys and do that is basically my dream. So that's what I'm moving on to do. A bit different from prisons.
It's one of those difficult things, because I was really tempted to persuade you to stay when you were like, I'm going to leave now. So now's the time. I was like, oh God, I need to persuade you to stay, as you know, through spoken. I was like, but when you said what you were going to do, I was like, I can't. It's literally like taking the dream away from somebody. So everyone has dreams. Don't they? Everyone has dreams. But actually getting to live them and do them is so rare.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's not going to be an easy ride. I know that. But now is the time feels right. There's so much happened recently with coronavirus and lockdown and things that have happened in my life that this is the right time to do it. Absolutely. So
I don't know if people are saying that you're leaving because you've had enough of my waffling.
Well, that as well.
They're used to my waffling, these guys. David's asked if you're going to come back and see the team or just forget us.
We'll see once I get with the sea and the beach. No, these
the
guys
trouble is you're going to be in the middle of the two sites, so you're going to get it from both of us. Shepton will come up and see you, Shrewsbury will come down and see you. But I explained to these guys, Kathy's got 2 dogs from Romania.
Ah, amazing.
Kathy came and did the lives with us. She was the one that led on the beds in Sea Wing, like Jack painted like one of your French girls. She did.
Where are we going with this?
She was literally with Stacey, and she went up into Sea Wing, and everyone was like, lie down on the bed. So she led down on the bed, and Laura and I looked at each other and was like, Kathy, you've literally gone, Jack paint me like one of your French girls. And she was, the ghosts were there, and she was like, touch me. It was another level. It was another level, wasn't it, Kathy? And we saw her again last night. But I was explaining to these guys that it was 5 years ago. We're coming up to nearly 5 years. Nearly 5 years. And we'd been going for maybe about 4 weeks, and we just snowed under with admin and marketing and finance. It's like, right, we need an admin, marketing, and finance person rolled into one. And you applied, and you were the only person that turned up to the interview. Yeah. And we basically had a chat about various bits. I think we spoke about ballet, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It was a lot, because I think I'd put in my jobs that I'd done, that I used to be a dance teacher, and because of your mom, it then linked in.
Funny enough, my aunt's coming up tomorrow. My aunt and uncle are coming tomorrow, and my aunt ran the dance school with my mum. Side knowledge, but yeah. So you got the job, and it was just like, well, and then I was just telling them about when you first of all answered the phone. And you picked up the phone, like, I've got this. Jan Stores, good morning, Jan Stores. Chrissy speaking, like, I'll just see if he's available. Doesn't happen like that. It was back in the days, as we always say, remember when we just did tours, and it was just, all we did was just guided tours.
Yeah, literally, which was madness when you think back.
Right.
Because what the hell were we thinking?
Yeah, we got like 70, we got nearly 70 people coming in this week just to do escape rooms.
Yeah.
Just in one day.
And we were so protective over the prison, weren't we? So protective. So if somebody come to the door, and we'd be like, "Well, no, you can't come in. You can't come and see the prison.
You must book. You have to book." Basically, we didn't know how to run a tourist attraction, so that was it. And then it was like a year. We'd been going for nearly a year. We were like, hey, we should do self-guided tours.
We thought, well, we'll just try it for the weekend to see what.
Didn't we?
Yeah. Yes, that's right. And then we were like, well, we could do this. This could work. And then, I mean, it was the best decision we made, really, wasn't it?
That and probably employing Lauren.
Yes.
And Charlie and Flick and a number of others. But yeah, no, it was absolutely a great decision to start doing self-guided tours. And every time we make a really good decision, we always look back and go, why did we do that before? That's mad. How did we not do that before? So it's one of those kind of crazy things. But yeah, 5 years. I mean, I said to him I was going to do a shorter time.
It's been a roller coaster ride, to be honest. There's been a lot of ups and some downs.
It's been emotional as well, isn't it? We've taken on lots of staff. At our height, we were 65, maybe 70 employees, 3 prisons.
It was massive, but we went so quickly.
Yeah.
We went from like 12 staff, if that.
I think it was about 12.
Yeah.
And we grew to 48 or something.
Within
45.
a month.
And we did it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was immense. Yeah. And I remember us having the meeting in the first place, and we were like, do you think we can do this? And we were like, yeah, come on, let's just go for it. It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. And then like 2 weeks later, like, oh my God, how are we going to get through this?
I was saying to these guys about like how you started, just very briefly when we were in the kitchen with Emma and Tim. And I said basically that we were, I think people were like, when are you going to do next ghost hunt? Do you know what? I don't know when I'm doing next ghost hunt, but most haunts are there this Friday, 24th, with Carl and Stuart. plug. Plug for Jenny for most morning.
Right hook, no.
But no, we're jabbing.
Jabbing, yeah.
But no, we did. That was exactly it. Because the thing was, I'd wanted Shepton. I really wanted Shepton. So I've been going to get Shepton. And the deal was basically you can have Shepton, but you take
But
Gloucester.
you have to take
and it was
Gloucester
like
as
kind
well,
of you
yeah,
have to take
yeah.
Gloucester. And I remember sitting there going, how are we going to do this? We need to set up and open Gloucester. And from doing it at Shrewsbury, we knew it was an undertaking. We knew the state of the place was horrendous. And Shepton was the same thing. We're like, how are we going to do all of this? And we ended up moving Lauren, didn't we, to Gloucester?
She
So we
went
had
down to-
all of that. And then we had to open Shepton. We did it over a month period.
We did,
but
because we
did it 2
opened
weeks.
Gloucester
We did Gloucester,
first
yeah.
and then Shepton
But I can remember
afterwards.
going and doing Gloucester's interviews and recruitment with Lauren,
Yeah.
and it took 2 days. And I drove to Shepton for the interviews, and that took 2 days. And that's where we met Charlie, and we obviously employed Charlie. But yeah, it was just bizarre, wasn't it? And literally,
It was crazy. From going from 12, we were like, yeah, we can do this. It'll be absolutely fine. And we did. In fairness, we did it. We did it.
Yeah.
It was a huge learning curve.
Grow, like you can see how companies grow too fast and then fail.
Yeah.
Because we decided, didn't we? We made the decision a year and a half later that we had to shrink, and we decided to close Gloucester and drop our staffing by at least nearly a third.
Yeah.
And just
And that was
shrink a little
definitely
bit.
the right thing to do at that time. And which meant we could grow from there then. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, yeah, it's been a roller coaster. We've had lots of ups and downs. I said to Lauren was saying about, are you going to go out drinking with Chrissy before she goes? I was like, yeah, we will at some point. She's going to tonight. She's like, God, the truth, you just argue and drink. I was like, we do on occasion. We've had a few. Like, I mean, when we argue, it's like almost like a brother or sister.
yeah,
argument.
it is absolutely
Full
just
on,
really go for it.
yeah,
She always says.
screaming
She always
at
used to
each
say
other.
that she was like, oh God, you and Joel always fall out. It's like Mum and Dad are falling out again.
I think we fallen out like maybe 3 times.
It's only because we both get really opinionated.
and really drunk.
Yeah.
Although at Halloween, we fell out at Halloween. I had a big party here at my house at Halloween, and we hadn't fallen out. And Chrissy decided she was just going to wind me up by telling me that her and my sister should be like sisters, and like they'd be the best sisters, and like you would be part of the siblings. Basically, just like how they were going to do everything together. From then on, just to try and wind me up. And wind
I was
me
like,
up.
hang on, we can't get through a whole night without falling out.
Yeah.
To create something.
I wasn't. I had like 80 people there. I've been talking about having a Halloween party this year, and I've been trying to figure out how to do it. I was like, could I have a masquerade ball, but like a masquerade ball,
Yeah.
where people have to wear their masks? So I'm trying to figure. I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not in October. The trouble is that, like last year, we have Halloween party, and then a day later I fly out for holiday.
Oh.
So like trying
Yeah,
to
that
just
was-
get everything done.
yeah,
is
it was hell, wasn't
mad,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chrissy unfortunately is gonna be moving on. Like I say, I think the hardest thing for me, because that's why these guys sort of, they just listen to my waffling. Do you know what? They're so good, because you don't listen to this. You obviously don't. Watch
I
this.
sometimes chip it. I
Chrissy
never
doesn't
watch it. I never watch it at the
Chrissy doesn't
time.
watch this, no.
Oh yeah, I do watch it back afterwards.
But these
sometimes,
guys are great
fast
because
forward.
they listen to my waffling. It's like I always say to them, it's like a counselling session, but without having to pay for it. So this was great, and they're brilliant. They fire in questions and ideas and thoughts, and it's great. But the biggest challenge for me, I think, and no one's really noticed this at work at all, which is quite interesting. I think Zoe probably caught it on a little bit, but no one's noticed. It's one of the massive things that you do that people just don't see is keeping me grounded.
Yeah.
Because naturally, my instinct is we can take
Do
over the
everything,
world.
yeah.
Like, no, let's run for prime minister tomorrow. This will be fine. And you're like, hold on a second, we can do it, but maybe we should think about doing it next month. Like, maybe not tomorrow. And you very much keep it grounded. But at the same time, I was saying to people that you're very good that when I'm really like angry and irate and I'm ready to like tear through walls and throw people off buildings, you're like, hold on a second, calm down, take stock. But then when I'm really calm, you're like, hold on a second, you shouldn't have me.
I know, I'm not having this.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It really works so nice. It's a balance, and I think because we started 5 years ago, so embryonic stage of the business, and it's built, and we've had the ups and downs, and the growth of it is really worked, and therefore we both kind of get it, and we complement each other very nicely, and That's going to be really hard.
It's going to be difficult.
It's going to be difficult for you.
I will
It's gonna be
always,
hard for
I
me.
said to you the other day, I will always be, on the end of a phone if you want to just chew anything over with me.
I can just imagine when you go, Chrissy, I've got an issue for you. Hold on, let me just put the carrots down. I'm just feeding the donkeys.
That would be amazing.
Oh my God, one of the dogs is attacking the donkey. Oh my God.
Let me just ask the donkey what he thinks. Hang on.
Why has the dog got on top of the donkey? Oh my God, what's going on? It's not going to be the same as we had to walk into your office and shut the door and go, Chrissy, what?
But no, I'm definitely never going to be a stranger, and I'm still and always will be really passionate about what we do or what you will be doing, and I won't be so much, but I'll always have the passion. So
yeah, it's going to be there. John, it's so bizarre, and even the team. I don't want to get too much, but even the guys wandering around, and Lisa sort of looking at your desk. And I said to her yesterday, it was Tuesday. I was like, did you want to move desks to the other side so you're not next to those people sort of walk through? And she sort of looked at the desk and went, nope. And it was almost as if it was like, whoa, okay. I just saw people looking at it.
I didn't
like,
die.
I know, but that's kind of how it is. They're like, it's not about you dying. It's a case of no, because if I take that desk and Chrissy sees me, I'm taking the desk. That's it. I'm in for it.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Yeah. Exactly. And it's bizarre because all of your stuff's obviously still there because a lockdown. It's just not
It's still there.
It's a little bit tighter than it is normally.
I bet.
The team are tighter.
What about the cups?
No, they're gone.
Oh.
Yeah. But we're going to keep Hooch the office dog.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Oscar the office dog.
And Chrissy's got an office dog, which is a massive stuffed teddy, a full-size stuffed teddy. So we're going to keep that. I don't even know where the red tin is.
Well, I had it for. Oh no, I don't either because I had it in my other office.
Oh, it must be there somewhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, like these guys have no idea what's going on.
No.
But yeah, it's going to be. You're going to see it over the next few days. It's going to be really. It's going to be really hard for me certainly because, like I said, I bounce pretty much every single thing off you, don't you? Every single thing. It's certainly every big decision, even the little decisions, and every product we've built, developed. And you know, this week we made some decent sized decisions. And throughout the week, I've been sat there in my office like, oh shit, I need to make this decision myself. Like I just need to do this.
So you can always call me.
And then, well, I guess when we take over our first castle, you'll be back anyway. Like, oh my God, they've got a castle.
I know, exactly.
I've got to come back.
Bring my
donkey. Got a castle. Right. Okay. Let's have a quick look and see where everyone is. Because I said I was going to do a short one this evening because obviously Chrissy's here, so I'm going to go and hang out with her and Tim. It always slows me down now because I have to read the comments. Dennis, love to sleep in the most haunted cell for charity. Okay, Dennis, drop Lauren an email, manager at shrewsburyprison.com. Put it over to her and she can obviously discuss that with you. If it's Shrewsbury or manager at sheptonmanatprison.com, if it's Shepton. Can you be an agony uncle? Can we submit our problems for you to put to viewers? Do you know what? I think Chrissy should be an agony aunt. Never mind me. I think Chrissy should do it. Do you know what? I think you're going to have to work so many more hours. I know you work a lot of hours now anyway. I mean, like a lot of hours. But man, it's going to be full on.
Can you imagine the donkeys? Like, apparently they wake up at like 5. And
no time off for Christmas.
No, and they're like shouting for their breakfast.
You're going to love this. You're going to be all over this though. They better get used to you being late.
Yeah. Did you explain why you were late today?
I apologise for being late. I should have explained being late. One of Chrissy's biggest weaknesses is timekeeping.
Yeah, big time.
Timekeeping is not Chrissy's strength. So, I mean, you might start work at 9 in the morning, 9:10. Hi, and it's always been a bugbear.
It's only 10 minutes today.
It's always been a bugbear for me because I'm quite a stickler for people being on time, especially because obviously a lot of our teams are operationally based and they have to be there at a certain time. I am quite regimented on it, as I've said to you guys before. I like to think I'm a really good employer. We're a really good company to work for, but we do expect high standards. I do demand high standards, and I do need to get results. And we ask that from our people, but we obviously give a lot back. So timekeeping for me is a really important thing. And you've always been crap at it.
Although this year,
when you're on shift, you never are. You're always
Yeah,
there.
I know,
You have to
and-
be there at 4:30 in the morning for production. You're there.
Yeah.
When it's like I get to stroll in at 9 o'clock.
Having said that, I was really pleased with myself because since the turn of the year up until when obviously I had to take some time out, the whole of this year I was never late.
It was 6 weeks, mate.
But that was good
6
for
weeks
me.
out of 5 years. But I think there's just, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. don't they?
Yeah, mine is definitely time.
Yeah. Let's see. You can't stay away from them jails. Yeah, you know why I've been there 18 times. 18 times.
Wow.
4 ghost hunts. Chris, that's amazing. I didn't realise it was as many as that. Teresa's been 8 times. Do you know what, guys? You're going to love our new membership system. Our new membership scheme, I know some of you have got memberships already. Our new membership scheme will allow you to purchase a membership just for Shrewsbury. There'll be a couple of different levels of Shrewsbury Prison membership, and it'll give you different benefits. You can purchase a membership for Shepton and Shrewsbury, and when we take on new attractions, you'll be able to add those into it. So it's going to be good.
Excellent.
It's costing me a fortune to build, but it's going to be really, really good. Chris, you're going to see my stress levels the next few days go up. Now that because I've known Chrissy was leaving for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A couple of
2
weeks.
weeks,
and-
yes, yeah.
yeah, and I hadn't told the staff. I'm thinking of no now. No, I just found out this morning. What are you talking about? I told our teams this morning. I told a couple of the managers that obviously that Chrissy directly manages that it was going to happen last week, and I waited till this morning to tell everybody else, just because I was still putting other things in order and sort of just going through a lot of the handover and stuff like that. So now that everyone knows, I can start stressing publicly. Because again, you don't watch my videos, but you guys will have seen me be like, oh my god, on my Instagram stories, go, oh, today is a nightmare. And some of that is because I haven't had Chrissy just to pass stuff to, or you would normally, I wouldn't even get to my desk.
Yeah, he wouldn't give them to you.
But it does. It's, oh my god. So that's been tough. So yeah, Chrissy's going to be trending on Twitter by the end of tomorrow. Chrissy, come back. Right, okay, guys. I'm gonna love you or leave you because it is 1:45, and we're gonna go have some dinner. We're gonna have some pizzas and then hopefully drink some rum and check out. I'm gonna go and show Chrissy the wall that I've been building. I'm just gonna check your comments quickly. Are you ever late for a job? I'm never late. I'm never late. I'm not. I'm never late. I'm really good. I mean, there will have been sometimes.
There has been sometimes, but to be fair, you always message me to say I'm going to be a bit late today because of this.
Yeah. I'm very rarely late, and I'm very rarely ill.
Yeah.
Like, in
Well,
fairness,
things
you're
weird,
very
yeah.
rarely ill. Yeah. It's
Or
not-
even if you do feel a bit ill, you just get on with it. Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
So no, but I mean, we would work. I mean, certainly, I in my height of work in excess, I probably do about 85 hours a week at the moment. But it was certainly a point where I was doing 100 hours a week, and you were definitely doing sort of 60 or plus. So
February this year was crazy.
Oh, we were talking about that the other day.
It was crazy.
Normally our quietest month of the
Yeah.
year, and February half.
I don't think any of us took a day off.
No, I was looking at the timesheets the other day with Lisa,
Yeah.
and it was just mad. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go, like I say, because I'm gonna go do this. I promise next week I won't be late because I was late today. That's why she's asking. Why am I late? Because I was late today.
Because I'm
so, guys, thank you very much. As always, I really enjoy it. It is very fast becoming the highlight of my week. And I can say that because my wife never watches this either, so I can get away with these things. It is definitely becoming the highlight of my week. I love doing the Join Joels, and I'll obviously be back next Thursday to do another one. We're going to do some lives from the jail just during the week, just during the day. We haven't got another ghost one live planned at the moment. But we will try and get one in. But obviously with paranormals, as I explained to you about the same with the Wednesday lives, we're just so busy running 2 prisons and the other businesses and just keeping everything moving and going and trying to get back out of COVID. It keeps us very, very busy. And somebody's just hit the nail on the head there. I think it was Diane. Joel, stop waffling and go and enjoy it.
Too
So,
right.
thank you very much, guys, and I will speak to you next week, and obviously continue to send you messages and comments and stuff like that. And if you come to the jail, make sure you say hello. So cool. Take care. Thank you. Bye.